His name is McCain, and we just call him Mac. And another sergeant went home this morning, and he was a swell Joe too. Well, I guess that's all the news for tonight. So I better copy that poem I wrote and send it if I want it to reach you all by Christmas. So for now, all of you take care of yourselves and write again soon. Lots of love, always, your loving son and brother Norris.
Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. But when ye come and all the flowers are dying, if I am dead, as well may be, ye'll come and find the place where I am lying, and kneel and say an Ave there for me, and I shall hear, though soft you tread above me, and all my grave will warmer, sweeter be, and you shall bend and tell me that you love me, and I will sleep in peace until you come to me.
The war in Vietnam. From early 1965 until the withdrawal of American troops from the war-torn country in March 1973, a total of 58,168 brave Americans gave their lives in action in defense of freedom and the people of South Vietnam. In many ways, the war in Vietnam was a new experience for the American people. Our national objectives were limited and constrained. The employment of our military might was restrained, and the public support for the war effort was shallow at best. But the demands upon the men and women of our military services, especially those on the battlefield, were very real and profound. These great men and women continued to serve their country with honor and distinctions and made their mark on history in so many tangible and positive ways. The accounts of these special American citizens was no more poignant than that of Marine Private First Class Walter John Zimmer. PFC Zimmer distinguished himself by numerous acts of exemplary bravery and extraordinary valor. In August 1965, while serving with the 1st Battalion, 3rd Marine Regiment, as a squad leader, PFC Zimmer single-handedly provided sustained direct fire against an overwhelming enemy, a force of North Vietnamese regulars. allowing his embattled and wounded squad members to regroup, supply, and engage the enemy with overwhelming firepower and force them to retreat. By providing the outnumbered unit with the supplies critical to their survival, the efforts directly affected the battle's outcome. Without his historic effort, the unit would surely have been defeated with a much greater loss of life. PFC Zimmer's selfless acts of valor and extraordinary perseverance were above and beyond the call of duty and set a superb example of leadership and courage for all of us. His extraordinary devotion to duty and his fellow Marines earned him the Silver Star, the nation's third highest military award. The following letter was written by PFC Zimmer shortly before that encounter on August 25, 1965.
Dear family, I got the package you sent yesterday, and I was sure grateful to get it. We were low on sea rations, and there is hardly any water. We were supposed to be out in the bush for 4 days, but it ended up we're still out here. It's been about 2 weeks now. We are guarding this road, making sure no Viet Cong soldiers get anywhere near the 1st Battalion, 3rd Marine area. Every afternoon, I've got gate watch. We all take turns from dawn to dusk checking the IDs of the civilians going up and down the road.
He was a trouble kid, in and out of jail. When his father said, "This is the last time somebody died for me." Now they fold the flag and attach the silver star. When the grieving mother leans against his arm, the family and does the best to tell how he survived the night his best friend fell. He says it's not to remember the way that he died. He could always live for Jesus, and he'd always used to say, "Some died for me before I ever asked. He gave his life for me when I could not save myself. I cannot live, be the way I was. Every day's a gift to me because somebody died for me. Somebody died for me. Somebody died for me. Somebody died for me.
While the 1991 Gulf War to liberate the nation of Kuwait from an invasion by its northernmost neighbor was short-lived, 293 United States military personnel answered the call to duty with their lives. Unlike the Vietnam War, this conflict was precise in its strategy. A full range of high-tech munitions were available, and the readiness of the American military was second to none. Just 3 days prior to the war's end, on February 28, 1991, 28 American soldiers of the 475th Quartermaster Group were killed in Dhahran, Saudi Arabia, when an Iraqi Scud missile launched from inside Iraq hit a warehouse serving as a troop barracks. Most of the soldiers who lost their lives that night were asleep and never really knowing what happened. Words alone could never fully explain the shock and loss that many of their brothers and sisters in arms experienced that night. Here are the words in a letter from war of one soldier as he tries to understand and make sense of the tragedy and cope with the devastating loss.
Dearest Samantha, while the outside of me is rather hot and dry, on the inside, cold and damp. I cannot seem to shake this feeling of emptiness and heaviness, of burden that grips my heart at the loss of those young soldiers yesterday. My company had the task of clearing the building after the attack. I've got to tell you, I'm only too certain that our worst enemy is taking care of our own fallen comrades. Oh, how that weighed so heavy on my heart. I hope we'll never have to do that again. I'm confident that the air defense guys can stop another attack like this from happening. I sure hope so. Since we've been here since last August, the longest of all the units, once this war is over, we should be among the first units to head home.
And you know I'm ready. I miss you more than anything right now. You know, I've never realized how much it means to have someone who loves you, waiting on you, and wanting you as much as you want them. I am so ready to get out of here and back home to you. So I want you to know I'll be okay. I just need to keep my mind occupied on the mission here. You be careful and know I see you soon. I love you so much and I look forward to being soon. With all...